morning and welcome to Pepper and Friends on this partly cloudy Thursday around Central Missouri. We're glad you tuned in. We got some nice people for you to meet in just a couple of minutes. But over in the Pepper and Friends kitchen, direct from the pork house.
The pork house.
Right down from what?
Yes.
Beautiful Midway stuff.
Scenic Midway truck stop.
Yeah. The pork house on I-70. There's Karen Boyle, the pork lady, or from the pork producers.
Yes.
We're making what?
Oh, we're doing some stuffed pork burgers today, so it's a new twist on an old idea.
All right. And how do you stuff them? You inject them, or do you?
We're going to dispel all those myths about how you stuff.
We'll show you
burgers.
the easy way to stuff pork burgers a little bit later on our show. Also, Dr. Wright is with us. You know, he is our acupuncture expert. Today we're going to show you flash points for the heart and the intestines on James. All right, that's coming up later on. Also, Cheryl Crafton is here. We'll continue our week-long series on recycling. Today, we're going to show you items that are made from recycled materials. And again, try to bring home the point how important it is that we all recycle as much as possible. Miss Sunshine Debbie Mosley will be along in just a little bit to do some exercise. We're going to travel to the Newport Jazz Festival, check into the corner drugstore, and we said we have some wonderful people with us today. Well, they're from Dalton, Missouri. There they are. Are you happy to be here? You're not looking happy to be here. There they are. All right, that's the Dalton Extension Homebuilders, correct?
Right.
When we
Dalton
first
Homebuilders Extension Club.
Oh, all right. When we first looked over here, it looked like you were all a little bit bored, but that's not the
No,
fact.
no, of course
Okay,
not.
we're excited. And they got the $500 tour today of the place. You are?
I'm Linda Grosjean.
And what is the Dalton Extension Homebuilders?
It's a part of the Missouri Extension Homemakers Association, which is associated with the University of Missouri. And it's all rural farm wives. And we have a group, in our group, we have some husbands with us also.
I saw that. And the highlight of the trip was coming out to Pepper and Friends today.
Oh, yes, yes.
I didn't put those words in your mouth.
No, of course not.
We got another spokesperson back here, but you have to stand up. You are?
I'm Mary Ann Morris.
Now, what were you going to say?
I'm just happy to be here, Paul.
All
This is
right.
terrific.
We didn't pay her to say that,
No,
right?
not a bit.
All right, what we're going to $500 is what she got. Anyway, what we're going to do right now is check in with News Center 8. You know where they're located, right?
Yes, we've been there.
Okay, they're up on the 3rd floor.
No, we haven't been there.
No, you have to go along with this. The News Center is up on the 3rd floor.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Get the money back. You know who is doing the news today?
Greg Phillips.
All right, Greg, it's yours. It's a 52-cent self-addressed stamped envelope. And now we come to our kitchen, and we have Karen Boyle from the pork producers. It takes a long time for me to forget things.
So hard.
Not to call her the pork lady.
Not to call me the pork lady.
From her, have you ever seen her beautiful mansion out on I-70?
Yes, yes.
It's the Missouri Pork Producers, a big old house.
Yeah, all of the producers wanted a home for their office instead of just an office
And all
building.
of you
So
live in that house?
We do. We all live there. We pop
Actually,
popcorn on Sunday nights.
When you're driving
together.
west on I-70 from Columbia, you look on the right side of the road, and there's a big old mansion that says Missouri Pork Producers. I always thought that was Karen Boyle's house. Anyway, we're making pork burgers today, right?
Yes, because in the summertime, so many people go to some of the county fairs, and the pork producers have the burgers and things like that, and they wonder what we do special to them, and we don't do anything special. It's just pork burger.
You may sometimes have to ask your grocer for the ground up pork, because a lot of times you won't find ground up pork.
Right. For instance, I went to Knoll's to get about 2.5 pounds so that I could make them for lunch yesterday, try them out, and then bring it today. Well, they had to grind about 1 pound of it for me.
So what kind of the pork is it?
It took like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Usually they use pork shoulder.
Okay, which would be the pork steak that we barbecue also.
Right.
Okay, so you got to ask for ground pork, and we're making stuffed pork burgers today.
Pork burgers.
How do we do that?
Well, we've got ground pork. What I've done is saute, a little overly saute. I wasn't paying attention, but
the mushrooms
and green onions and a little bit of garlic
and
butter.
And there you can see it's just a little bit over sauteed, but that's all right. We'll never know the difference once it gets in our stomach. And if you got a problem, you know that flash point for the intestines, and that'll take care of it.
It'll be the onions and stuff, not the pork.
Exactly. All right. So you got the pork, and you do what?
I want you to add about a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce into that.
A tablespoon?
Mm-hmm. And, oh, it says teaspoon, doesn't it?
Oh,
well, that's okay.
We already put a tablespoon in. Put a little bit more. Put 2 tablespoons.
Why don't we try a teaspoon of Dijon-style mustard?
All right. And you can either add or
Yes.
subtract from these ingredients if you like. Actually, I like the
I was
Worcestershire.
going to say, and it smells wonderful when
Oh,
it's cooking
yeah.
with that. Okay, and then you want to do me a dash of pepper and salt.
Okay.
That's fine.
This really is a very easy recipe to do.
Uh-huh. Okay.
But we should tell you, this will only work with pork.
Yes, it's like all of my
Right.
recipes. It
It only works
explodes if
with
you
pork.
use anything
So
else.
if Anita Ryan's watching today, you can't use this with beef, only with pork.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, so then to make these are so easy.
Uh-huh.
All you do is make a little patty and make it a little bit flatter than you normally would.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Make another one. And
Oh, now we're going to do the stuffing. This is the
yes,
important part.
yes,
So you make a
don't
patty.
have to inject it.
All right.
Make another one, and then Paul, if you would do the honors, getting
Okay. Then you put the
Right in the
slightly
center.
over sautéed mushrooms
Keep
and onions.
bringing that up.
The slightly over sautéed mushrooms and onions
In
on the one
center.
patty.
And leave yourself about a ½ an inch around. And then put the other patty on the top, and just seal. Whoop,
Okay.
just seal your edges. And that's all there is to it. And then grill these. It only takes about 10 minutes.
Okay. So you grill them, or if you
Or you can pan broil them, or
Sure,
broil them in
whatever
the
you
oven.
want.
Yeah.
And that's all there is to it,
That's
Karen?
it. That's it.
That's one of the easiest recipes, and here we
I
gave you 8
know.
minutes of cooking today.
I know. See, I always bring something
Anyway,
so easy.
but I tell you what, talk about 8. We actually have 7 different recipes for you. If you would like to have a copy, I got it backward. If you would like to have a copy of, got it all twisted up here. The nice little booklet. There's about 7 or 8 recipes in here. We'll get it right. See, it's even got Pepper and Friends on the front. If you would like to have a copy of this recipe along with 7 other pork recipes for using ground pork. It's called Great Ideas with Ground Pork. Send us a self-addressed stamped envelope to Pepper and Friends, KOMU-TV, Highway 63 South Columbia, 65201, 29-cent stamp addressed envelope will get it. And you get 7 different wonderful recipes for ground pork.
And if we've got a minute, we might point out that you and I were talking earlier, I put a sausage recipe in there so that
Oh.
you can make your own sausage out of ground pork, and it's leaner than a lot of, that you can buy in the store.
Okay.
Because ground pork's leaner than what they use for sausage. So you can make leaner sausage.
All right? That's it. She took the words out of my mouth. You get it in here.
Every
And
time you...
Look at here.
I just kept
And the
talking.
door is going to come swinging open. Boy, that Dalton Extension Club, they're a pretty wild
rockers.
group over there, aren't they? Come on in. Would you close the door? Okay.
This lady plays a mean guitar.
That's what it was. Here is the finished product.
And this is Bonnie Kalinka, right? From Dalton, one of the audience members for
Yeah,
today.
good to have you, Bonnie.
Glad to be here.
Okay, and what we want you to do is case this. You want to cut this open to show it?
Yeah, we might as well cut it. If we've got the time, let's cut
Sure.
it open and
There's a
show
knife.
everybody what
Now
it
you
looks
see,
like
according to
inside.
Karen Boyle, here is one. This is enough for a family of 7.
Oh,
okay,
yes,
with the Karen
yes.
Boyle.
Yes, with my method of feeding.
Okay. I'll show here. This is,
Whoa.
ooh, look at that. This is what it looks like on the inside, and it's
Uh-huh.
stuffed with the mushrooms and the onions, just a little bit over sautéed, but that's okay.
Oh, no, those weren't.
Those were okay?
Those were okay.
Here, go ahead, take a bite of that.
That's
Are you
a
gonna get
serving
anything,
for
James?
5, right, Paul?
All right.
Go ahead, Bonnie.
Very good.
Very good.
Yeah, okay.
Can I take a bite
Yes,
too?
you can. And once again, we'll say that if you would like that recipe, just send for it. Put great pork ideas, great ideas for ground pork, and we'll get it to you.
Yes.
Karen Boyle, and James, and Bonnie, right? Thanks for coming by. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back with Pepper and Friends.
Great.
Stay with us. And we're back over here with the